With the expansion of legal concealed carry in the United States, it behooves us to explore concealed carry methods for the average civilian that can be maintained 24/7, 365, and can be combatively efficient, fast, comfortable, and concealable. A lot of people kind of dismiss pocket carry as something that you relegate just to very small or backup weapons. We want to show here some of the advantages of pocket carry, and with a little bit of imagination, the increased possibilities and flexibility of pocket carry as a primary concealed carry method.
So now we'll demonstrate the different uses of pocket carry and the advantages or disadvantages of it, and see what you think for yourself. Just a couple of good ideas or bad ideas depending on your opinion. Here we have an unloaded car P45. See here with the camera, it's unloaded. I'm going to throw it forward. All right, so my preferred method of carry is pocket carry with this particular weapon. I could put this into my pocket holster, or just this particular pocket, which is designed, so a very strong pocket. It's cargo type pants. It's an easy access. So if I need this to shoot, I can always get my hand onto it quickly. Sometimes it's a little faster for me than trying to get something out from under my shirt and pulling and shooting. We'll demonstrate how people carry, like maybe for summer carry, normally inside the waistband. And there's a way that you can do this very quickly. So, all right, I'll show you here. There's one like that, pretty quick. And now you have the two-handed method, using your left hand to lift and as you draw. An obvious advantage to pocket carry is that you don't have to let people know that you're carrying. And prior to a situation, you could always walk with your hand on your gun. So you have your pre-set up, which is very quick. Even if you have to reach in for your gun, you have to practice all these kind of little moves with your hand here. So technically, if you learn, like particularly I use this, I lift, take my hand, open my pocket. I keep my hand open, slide my hand over the gun like this, if you can see here. My hand takes purchase of the gun inside like this, clearing, and then shooting. I always keep a little side cant when I'm shooting. You'll notice I'm aiming down the center of my body. Something you want to practice in front of a mirror as you're doing your shooting. Even if you're drawing from here to here, you always want to make sure that you're clearing and getting to the center of the person you might be aiming for. Practice all different angles. You do this with like a diminutive type of soft air gun or something like that. So if you need your gun, just right there, you need it. For me, it's a little faster than lifting and taking out over here. This is a very obvious motion. Someone sees you going for your gun. But here, if you're in a situation, something happens in a theater or someone's going crazy shooting, you're here, you already can move, find yourself a place, and get your gun into action. Someone is attacking me. I could drive in, draw, and shoot. I don't have to do too many things. For me, the advantage to not having to lift up, grab my gun, lift, come up to here to take this. If someone's attacking already, I can use my hand to keep them away, draw, if there's multiple assailants, and shoot. For colder weather, you have to wear maybe a coat, and you can also access your gun still. Or you could also have one already inside of your pocket as you're walking. So you have the more diminutive 9mm car PM9, very flat and small. So now we have a gun that's not loaded. So you might have two guns, or just have one primary weapon. In the winter, I could keep my hands warm. If I need this, there's nothing faster than just boom, except for if you have possibly a revolver and you're shooting from here. Trouble is, with a revolver in your pocket like this, you can't clear enough. You'd have to come out to try to shoot from the pocket and move your body with a revolver to clear. Otherwise, you're going to be shooting down into the ground. If you have an open jacket and you have your revolver, you can lift and shoot. But you could also shoot one round at least if you're really in an emergency situation with an open jacket. But if your jacket is buttoned up for the winter, I don't think you're walking around with an open jacket. It's right in your hand, ready for use. You have a situation, please don't bother me, boom. That's faster than even just accessing the pocket because your hand's already on it. Just a simple thing, just like that, boom.
Now you can contrast that to if I have standard in the waistband holster, possibly under a shirt, possibly under a buttoned up coat. Now the time it takes to get to this weapon now in an emergency, especially with 2 layers over it, my jacket, my t-shirt, to get, barely possible to get to it this way. Possibly if you buttoned your coat rather than zipped it, it's a little bit faster because you can quickly unbutton it. But as you can see, the amount of effort, motion, and time compared to the pocket carry methods John just demonstrated, it's really no contest at all.
But now you could have a larger weapon on your hip, and you carry your backup, which would be this. To me, this is not necessarily just a backup weapon because of the power factor. With a possibly 9mm round in here, it's pretty effective. So this, or you can take this and put it into his left side or his right side at his convenience. And then he has the same option to just walk in, have his hand on his gun if he needs it. Right? Boom. So for instant results, he has that, and if he needs a backup, then he has time to empty one gun. That's why I prefer to actually put it in my left-hand pocket, but I practice shooting left-handed all the time. My preference is I practice left-hand shooting quite often, so I can shoot fairly well left-handed. So I may have my heavier gun on my belt if I were to choose so, but I'm always going to have my little gun ready to go right from the left-hand side if I need to. I can just bang, 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 and if I need to, then I can draw from here if you prefer to have a slow draw here. But you can always cover yourself and get your other gun, which is considered crazy, but for police officers, when I was an active officer, I always had a backup weapon always ready in my pocket to use, especially in the wintertime. The thing about the car weapon that I like personally is that it's double action. This is, of course, a high caliber, 45 caliber, and it takes a plus P 45. I don't worry about drawing it quickly. I keep my finger, of course, off the trigger guard when I'm drawing. If there was any inadvertent touch, it's like a revolver. So revolvers are never a problem taking it out of the pockets before. So this has a long trigger pull. So it's just like having a double action revolver in your pocket, except that it's flatter and, of course, easier to reload. And in 9mm, like this car PM9, I prefer this because of the ease of trigger. Very accurate weapon. Both these things are extremely accurate. I can hit an apple out at 75 feet with the 45 and 50 feet with my 9mm pretty consistently and pretty fast. Not just standing there aiming, kind of almost like half-point shooting, and you can still get it. They're a very accurate weapon. So the small size and ease of carry. If you're in New York State, you're only allowed to have 7 rounds in your gun, so 7 rounds each, whatever you need to do,